Icom have done it again, we think. You know, for the last 3 years we had the 7300 come along. A year to 18 months later the 7610, and hopefully we're going to have another radio here where we can kick it out of the ballpark with a 9700. What we haven't got here is another 7300, and all the inquiries and all our social media and everything else like yours, we've just been inundated from the moment that it was announced last year in Japan, the JA event. So today we're going to, Chris and Bob are going to take you through the radio's functionality. I'm sure you can't wait for that bit. And just again, thank you very much for coming along. Any questions, stick your hand up, get involved. No fighting, please.
Presentation which just gives you some of the ideas of what features the 9700 has. As you can see, it looks practically identical to the 7300. Main difference is the passband tuning control, which was on the 7300, has been replaced by a AF RF control for the main band. Then you've got the sub band below it, but everything else is more or less in the same place. So for anyone familiar with the 7300, they should pick it up and use it straight away. It covers 2m70 SEMS and 23 SEMS, which I believe is a first. I don't think any other dual band base station multi-mode has come with 23 SEMS.
Not standard, no.
No, it's always been an option and quite an expensive one, 400-500 quid. So that comes as standard. Direct sampling, 2m70 SEMS. Bob's done some measurements on this, and I think if we're impressed like we all were.
Yeah, it's got a different level of performance to anything that we've seen before in this kind of frequency range. The old king was the 910. The 910 is a very sensitive set, a very good set, but this one gives you the close-in performance that you get with a 7610 or a 7300, that kind of thing. It's capable of listening to -145 when you've got a signal 80 dB louder than that, just 2 kilohertz away from it. So it's great for contesting. It's a really, really high performance radio.
It's got very low phase noise on the oscillators.
Yes, and it only uses the oscillator in to mix up for 1200.
Yeah.
The other ones are direct SDR. It's just got
it uses a tunable IF for the 23 SEM. It's about 300 megahertz, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Before you ask, we're not sure, but we don't think it can be broadbanded. I haven't had this confirmed to the best of my knowledge, but all indications are that it is just amateur bands only. Maybe you can tweak the coverage slightly. Obviously it's designed for the world market, so you might go to 148 perhaps, but we don't know for sure.
But the emphasis with this radio is not wideband listening, scanning, that kind of thing. It's high performance within the bands.
Yeah, and there's something to be said for having tight filters on the amateur bands rather than a very capturing front end. Output power, 100 watts on 2, 75 watts on 70, 10 watts on 23 SEMS. The power is fully variable using the multi-function key, which is just at the top right of the display. It's also got a useful power limit feature where you can actually set the maximum power you can turn up the level to, which is quite useful if you can use it with linears. Stop you overdriving them if you accidentally put too much power in. Full receive, full duplex for satellite operation. Take a listen to 70, 70, 23. It won't do dual band, dual watch, but that's not really an issue. All modes, CW, AM, SSB. I think it will transmit AM, won't it, Bob?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that you hear much AM on VHF, you like check, but you've got that facility if you want it. all the D-Star functions, and it will dual watch on D-Star, so you can decode two signals at the same time, different bands. It will also do high-speed data, 128 kilobits, or just on 23 SEMS. Probably too popular if you did it on some of the other bands. It's got a built-in server for remote operation. It's got a LAN socket on the back, so you don't need to have another computer running alongside the radio. Spectrum scope and waterfall display, very similar to the 7300. Same bandwidth. Touchscreen LCD. The menu system, very similar to the 7300. Can you?
Yeah.
Now you've got two menus. You've got the first menu, which is very similar to the 7300, with the addition of the satellite function. And then you've got a second menu, which gives you extra functions. It will come to the next screen. You can also select an audio scope, which looks at the audio spectrum and amplitude. It's got power feed for masthead preamps, which you can turn on and off. It's also got an internal preamp, hasn't it, as well?
Yeah, for all the bands,
yeah. That's looking at the back of the set. So it's got a 10 megahertz reference input. Above it is the LAN socket, socket for 2 meters. Over to the right, you've got two sockets, end sockets for 70 SEMS and 23 SEMS, power socket, USB B socket for interfacing with PC. So you've got built-in sound card as well, so you can interface without too many audio leads. There is an accessory socket on the back. It's only is that an 8-pin? Not sure exactly what's on that. I should think it would be just controlled.
we've not got the manuals yet, so we don't know what's going to be available on that, but that's about all we don't know about yet.
And then you've got sockets on the side there for main and sub-band audio output. Also CIV remote. And that's it. Has anyone got any questions?